We welcome you here back to the Augusta Civic Center, game 2 of our doubleheaders. The Southern Maine Community College men come in here at 8-1, 5-0 in the YSCC. They'll take on the Moose. The University of Maine at Augusta, 1-9 overall, 1-4 in the YSCC. Southern Maine Community College men, as we said, undefeated in league play. They're averaging 79 points a game. Head coach Matt Richards. Jim Ford in his 9th season as coach of the Moose. Assistant coach Warren Newton. Corey Harris is the student assistant athletic director. Warren Newton as well, dean of students here at UMA. Kathleen Dexter. Brandon Rogers leading the Moose in points per game at 17.4. Jesse Smith with 14.5 points per game. So the Moose will be introduced now. Brandon Rogers out of Turlock, California. Caleb McGuire, we saw during the women's game at halftime. Garrett Alley. Elliot Sibley, we saw Elliot out of Ipswich. And Keith Chesley, the 5. So the depth on the bench, Nate, you noted that right off here as we were watching warm-ups. The Seawolves, full complement of players. They've got 18 guys. If a full team brawl breaks out, they'll be able to go 2-1 on the Moose. We'll have to jump down from the broadcast pavilion there. And,
we'll do our best.
Yeah, we'll jump in. We'll send Brittany down, wreak some havoc on those guys if that happens.
Yeah,
that won't happen. One of the things about this conference is there's a tremendous amount of respect. All these kids, these two schools, that we've seen in here so far, community colleges, and, they get it. They get what's going on here. So it's going to be tipped out of bounds, and let's see which way it'll go off the tip. It'll go over to the Seawolves. They'll have the first possession of the game. Jose Noshantavan at the controls. He's out of Westbrook. People that follow Maine high school basketball know the outstanding career that Jose had down at Westbrook for the Blazers. And he'll pop outside. Noshantavan. Stolen away. Amabile. You'll see John Amabile play a role here as well. Tipped out of bounds. Good hustle there.
Yeah, I think UMA right now should just focus on controlling the ball in the offense. They can't afford any turnovers because they need to be able to take their time and regain some of their legs on the offensive side because they're going to be hustling around so much trying to guard the good shooting or perimeter play of SMCC.
Shantavan's got to get it over to Amberley, and it's going to go into the corner and popped here. Everything's going up and down. That was Nicholson. Here we'll get a quick timeout. So we'll take timeout. We'll be back. More basketball after this.
Stagnating in my job. I wanted to study computer science. I looked at other programs, both online and in the state. UMA was very affordable, fit my budget, fit my schedule. It's really geared towards a working person. The support was just amazing. I once emailed a professor on a Saturday night, and she called me back on a Sunday morning. That's UMA. I found what I really wanted for a career. I never would have done it without UMA. I am a very happy geek.
Well, quick timeout taken by Coach Ford. Jim didn't like the way the start went, 8-0. Southern Maine Community College. Seawolves off to a quick start. Alley, Sibley got it, almost right in the noggin. Elliott goes to work. Hands it off to Chesley. Rogers got it now. Brandon looking for some help. He's got Chesley. Ches going to pop, going to hit. So, good timeout. Good start out of the timeout. Amabile. Stolen by Garrett Alley.
Well, if you're Coach Ford, this is exactly what you want to have happen out of your timeout. Go down, have a great offensive possession, force a turnover.
Rogers. Chesley. Into the paint, got a block.
And I like that. I think UMA has got to be aggressive here and force some fouls. It's going to slow the game down a little bit if they get SMCC in foul trouble.
Only the first foul, Sibley. McGuire called for the ball, and that's a nice call by McGuire. Knew he was open. Caleb called for the ball. He probably heard it.
Great spot by Rogers. Mid-air.
Nicholson popped. He didn't get it home. Noshantavon looking for help. Skips it. Comes back out. Immobile, no. 8-4. 4-point run. Chesley. McGuire tried to get it back. That was good defense there by the Seawolves as they came with the trap and deflected the ball. Noshantavon, runner, no. Tipped around. Chesley's got it. Ches goes to work in the back court. Got it to McGuire. Skied up for it. Rogers. Brandon Holes over his head. Got a pick. Roll. Alley. Went in. Got blocked. I think Seawolves coach Matt Richards may have wanted to travel there. But the contact probably caused the travel, at least in the eyes of the official.
Yeah, and I don't necessarily think he had possession when he dragged his feet anyway. I think he was trying to shoot the ball and it got knocked away. But the reason
that's
for the
what
foul, I think that's what they're talking
about.
Yeah,
and Coach Richards wants an explanation. He gets one. I mean, every coach deserves an explanation. So 8 quick ones out of the chute for the Seawolves. The Moose have got a 5-point run going here, 6. If Garrett Alley makes this one, and he does, so the good timeout by Coach Ford. They've come out, they've reeled off 6 to match the 8 that the Seawolves ran off. Immobile outside. And after shooting lights out for the 8 points, Seawolves haven't hit since. Moose got a chance to tie it. Chesley. Rogers. Got it right back. Here goes Rogers. Dip underneath there to nicely done there to Garrett Alley, but the feed was beauty.
Well, we talk a lot about the lack of depth, but one advantage here that UMA is going to have is in height. They're definitely the taller team out there, and I don't think any of the 5 that you bring out from Southern Maine, I think UMA will be the taller team on the court tonight.
Leverage gives his team a 2-point lead. Alley's going to pop. Got it. Garrett Alley with a good start for the Moose, and they take their first lead of the night. Immobile got it inside, but it was thrown away. Trying to connect with Leverage. Rogers drives, dishes, little contact. They let it go. Ball rolls out of bounds. It'll be Moose basketball.
I think UMA got away with one there.
I think so too.
Got off Alley's chest at the very last minute. But, I really like what UMA is doing here. They went away from the zone. They're going man-to-man. I think it benefits them a lot more because they're going to be able to out-rebound SMCC with their height. It's just a matter of slowing it down a little bit offensively and getting good shots, which they've been doing so far.
Good ball movement. Chesley. Rings it in and out wouldn't go. Noshantavon. Runner, class home, pretty. Chesley, he's picked up in the backcourt by Proudman. Now the seal, Proudman dishes. And up and down fast for Immobile, and we're going to get a timeout. So, timeout on the floor. You're watching Maine Moose basketball on Munsing Media.
I didn't really think about going to college after high school. I didn't really know what I was going to do. I worked for a marine construction company, long hours away from home. It just wasn't working with raising my son. UMA offered what I needed. It's great professors, a terrific price, and a learning center close to my home. I even played on UMA's basketball team. When I graduated, I got a job right away as a medical lab technician. UMA really helped me achieve my goals in life and in my career. I love UMA. I'm really proud, and so is my son.
Stay close, go far. Well, Garrett Alley has gone to the hoop. That's where he's gone tonight. We're making a a worldwide star out of Garrett with the ads that we're running here. I want to let folks know there's a fine supplement to the Kennebec Journal today, the print edition on the UMA. They had an insert there, Nate, that I pulled out. And lots of nice information on that. So if you got the KJ today and probably all in the main today media newspapers, UMA, whatever your dreams, whenever you're ready. Stay close, go far. We encourage you to contact the wonderful people up here, and great opportunity for kids. Here comes the press. Chesley's got it now. And that's going to be, can Rogers do anything? He can't. Backcourt violation. We welcome everybody around the world watching us here tonight. We understand that probably Jacob Loveridge's parents are watching over in England. Jeff School told us to give them a shout out, and we give all the folks who are watching us a shout out here, and thank you for watching our games. Rogers. His family's in California.
Yeah, and Rogers going to be a key factor in UMA here. He's got to be able to score for them in order to have a chance tonight. Or, on the flip side of that, he's got to cause some situations for easy scores, which he's already done a couple times down the offensive side.
Acott tried to get it, couldn't get it. Sibley got knocked away, but it'll stay Moose basketball. 14-11. What looked like a out-of-the-gate sprint by the Seawolves. I don't know if Seawolves actually sprint. They probably, swim fast? Is that what they would do?
Maybe they can do the combination
I don't
of the
know
two. I don't know.
I'm not sure what they do. But
they're not a real thing, so I can't help you with that.
Yeah, but they get out to an 8-0 lead, whatever it is. Whatever they do, they did it fast. They got out 8-0. Moose took the timeout. Coach Ford, good timeout. They came back. We got trouble with the clock, I believe, of some sort. I don't think they're at all worried about the 35-second clock, because all the times we've been doing these games, that clock hardly ever comes into play in this league. They could have like a 3.4-second clock, and it would hardly come into play.
Yeah, the teams in the YSCC really love to push the ball up and get shots off, which I think that's a great way to play basketball.
Sure it is.
The more opportunities you have to score, the more points you score, the more opportunities you'll have to win the game. To me, I don't know, basketball seems a little bit simpler in terms of get good shots and get as many shots as you can in the basketball game.
Of course, if you don't know the Muncie media family history, Nate and I both football guys. Nate played college football at St. Anselm. I played college football back in the dark ages at the University of Maine, and we're X and O guys. They stop after every one, and everybody goes in the huddle, talks about things and stuff like that. So you're right, Nate. They get up and down the floor in this league, that's for sure, and we love it. So at the free throw line, he'll get another one. Will be Scott Proudman out of Steeps Fall, Maine, the 5'10 sophomore. The left-hander rings the first one down, but didn't get the second one. Alley playing a good, strong game tonight. It's Garrett. Caleb McGuire got it back over to Rogers. Rogers to Sibley. Elliott, right side to Ches. Chesley put it up, couldn't get it home. They look to run. Justin Robbins going to pull it out. Rifles it down underneath Acott. Now it's going to swing all the way across to Martin. Didn't go. Second chance opportunity here. Subs in the game for the Seawolves as they get fresh legs in. And you can see part of the strategy is probably with this group is to work the press against the Moose. They try to wear them down. As Coach Richards knows that Coach Ford can't go as deep as he.
Yeah, and they're doing a great job with the tempo right now. Just keeping it at a frantic pace. It's really going to play to their advantage.
Not much happening goal-wise. Anybody scoring, but they're back and forth. To Rossby. That won't go. Acott couldn't get it home. So it's been helter-skelter in the summer swelter, but we're 15-11, still 4 points. Now we got a war underneath. Garrett Alley was going to war underneath with Acott. Acott got called on the foul. There was a major league muscle fest going on underneath there. Jesse Smith checks in here out of Troy, New York. For the Moosemen. Comes off to Chesley. Chesley won't draw iron. Justin Robbins. Robbins goes, gets doubled. Acort's got it reverse in. 17-11, 6-point lead here for the Seawolves. Tough feed for Caleb McGuire, and he couldn't handle it. Came to Smith. Proudman got 2. So this pressure is starting to play a toll. Sloppy play there by the Moosemen. DeRosby. Acott. Pretty finish. The big man. Off the glass, reverse. Put it up left-handed. Get it down.
Yeah,
Get harmed.
Nice shot with a nice soft left hand. He was on the right-hand side of the basket and crossed over and used his left hand. Nice soft touch there.
Well, we got timeout. You're watching UMaine Moose basketball on Munzing Media.
Is your local school or group looking to raise money?
Our goal at Maine Athletic Fundraising is to raise you the most amount of money in the shortest period of time, hassle-free.
It's brought in thousands of dollars to our program. It's allowed us to elevate our program to the next level.
The customer service that we get from the employees at Maine Athletic Fundraising, guiding us through the entire fundraiser, is second to none. So we're able to have a great fundraiser, have a great time doing it, involve the community, and at the end of the day, raise the most amount of money in a short period.
We thank our friends at Maine Athletic Fundraising for their participation in all of Munzing Media's events that we bring you here, high school and college. Mark Smith, founder and owner of Maine Athletic Fundraising, be pleased to talk to you and your civic organization group team about fundraising opportunities. Give Mark a call. 21-11. Let's see what this timeout will do for the Moosemen. Acott, he's been very effective. He's got 6. And he's a muscle force underneath on both ends.
He sure is.
6'3" freshman out of Manchester, New Hampshire. Stolen. Smith got stolen. Martin got it off to Weiser. Didn't go. Robbins. DeRosby. Ball's loose and saved, and it's going to call backcourt because it was in the backcourt when we touched it, right, Nate?
Exactly. You
All
can't
right.
go back because then you're on on the back half. You have to maintain your feet on that front court in order to touch the ball and not have it be backcourt.
So this is our 4th game that we've done here so far. 2 women's games in the books. This is our 2nd men's game. Welch goes hard, trying to draw the foul, drew some contact, but the contact was not called as a foul.
He did.
He initiated it, I think.
Yeah, but I like the approach. I mean, if you're going to have a defender up in your face, like we're seeing from a lot of SMCC guys, the only way to get them or make space for yourself is going to be taking the ball to the hole. As a defender, if you don't feel as though you're going to have to fight against getting beat off the dribble, then you're obviously going to be right up on the offensive guy, making it very difficult for them 1 dribble, 2 shoot, or 3 pass. So
Smith got it to Richards, and it came in to Chesley by accident. That was offense by accident for sure. Chesley little touch pass there to Jesse Smith, and Smith put it home. His first 2 of the game. Comes in Acott. He makes a nice little move, backs off, and drills one. Long Acott has been a force and a half. Chess gets trapped, so he reverses it smartly. Good job there by Keith Chesley, the Lawrence High School graduate. Played for Coach Mike McGee up there. Goes to Rogers. He thought about the 3. Smith with the 3, irons it. Chesley, good rebound there. Rogers going to be short. Come the Seawolves. Acott got a nice feed. That was from Amabil. 27-13.
that was probably one of the more impressive ones because he found himself collecting the ball right under the basket, which is not a very ideal place to be able to score from. Just one slight adjustment, and he just lays it in. Good play by Acott.
Welch tried to finish, couldn't do it, made a good drive to the basket, couldn't get it home. 9:54, just a little past the halfway mark of this first half of action. Rob Munsing, Nate Munsing. Pretty Bourgeois running our camera for us tonight, the three-person crew from Munsing Media. We will bring you all of the men's and women's home games from the Augusta Civic Center, as we said before. Sometimes they'll play some home games at some other sites. Amabile. Chesley out of traffic. Welch thought about it, didn't take it. Rogers head and shoulder fake and got pushed. That's that push call you're going to see called a little bit more by Hartford, Alexander Hartford out of Naples.
I think on the press they're doing a good job of bringing it up, but what they're lacking a little bit of the UMA guys that are playing on the wing have got to start sprinting to the basket to extend the defense a little bit. What ends up happening is, you've seen it, Chesley a couple times has been able to beat his man off the dribble, but he gets all of a sudden conflicted with another defender right in his face.
Little dipsy do, didn't go home. Welch has got Smith. That thing's... Jesse says, I can't handle that thing. Wrong zip code.
Yeah, good idea. Just a little bit too much on it.
Good idea. A little bit better execution would have worked better. I think the pass got away from Welch a little bit, for sure. Don't think he meant it to go that crazy. Lashantavon. Nice. Little blind pass. It kind of snuck in between everybody to leverage.
Yeah, he does such a good job, because one of the things that I've noticed in being in the YSCC is not enough dribble penetration off of a ball screen. You got to make the defense believe you're going to go score off a screen, or they'll defend that roll no problem. So the defender's got to come off and at least stop the ball, and if that doesn't happen, then you have open layups. So they're doing a good job of being able to do the pick and roll. They're running a little bit better right now than UMA is.
Desante Welch on the foul here for the Moosemen. Welch out of Albany, New York. He's a freshman guy, 5'9". Amabile took one from almost the bench area of the Moose, got fouled, so he's going to get a three-pack at the free throw line. 32-13. The Seawolves came out, 8-0 lead. The Moose came back, got it about even. But the second half has all belonged so far here to the Seawolves, as they've opened up a 33-13 lead, 20-point lead. So the Moose got some work to do, see if they can claw back in this, get this thing down under control in the final 8.5 minutes. This is Smith. Jesse Smith looks over his head for help. Got a cutter. Welch going to bring it back out. He was in trouble inside. Amabile on him. Smith, no. And we're going to get a foul. Well, early on, Garrett Alley was very effective inside. They haven't been able to get it into Garrett lately.
Well, one of the things
or Caleb McGuire, the other big guy, the 6'7" freshman.
We've got a chance to see is that UMA, the men's team here, they have some issues with breaking a zone pressure, full court pressure. They're not a team that's built to run and gun, and that usually is indicative. If you break that first level of the zone, you got to start getting to the basket and making some layups. They're a much better offensive team if they can come down and get a set in the half court and develop some type of play, whether it's a ball screen or they beat the man off the dribble and make a pass underneath, which happened earlier on to Garrett. Right. That's why Garrett was open so much.
Yeah, this pressure has wreaked some havoc here with UMA.
Yeah, Coach Richards over at SMCC, I think his adjustment and really what's made the difference in the game so far was going and moving out of that man press at the half or the half court and going to the zone full court pressure.
That was Leverage on the put up, the 6'5 junior out of England. Chertsey. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Chertsey, England. It goes Al. Garrett. Looked like he went up, but then he didn't go up, and then he went up and put it home.
Yeah, the defender knocked the ball away originally.
It's kind of a delayed reaction play. 37-15, 7:33 left here in the half. That's going to be thrown away. Somebody got a piece of it. It's going to stay Seawolves basketball. Southern Maine Community College. Matt Richards, a fine head coach down there. Jim Ford in his 9th season for the Moose. That was Leverage again as he's come to light. Smith. McGuire's going to pop outside. He's got it. He's got a nice sweet shot along that baseline, does Caleb.
He does, and they got to develop
McGuire.
some kind of play to get him open down there because he's absolutely money from the baseline.
Leverage swings it back out. They'll swing it around. Bromley, jump stop. Up, not pretty, but effective. Good hustle, but on the line. That was a good hustle play by Proudman, Scott Proudman, to get the steal. He stepped out of bounds.
Well, I'm really impressed by SMCC's ball movement. They're doing a really good job, and they're not super tall. They shoot the ball pretty well, but they're really getting a lot of great looks from moving the ball and having a face cut down the middle so far has been kind of their bread and butter.
A little trouble with the press here. Richards gets it ahead. Smith goes. Glass, no. Rebounds underneath Alley, no. Welch penetrates, dishes, got fouled.
Yeah,
going to be the 15th foul.
And that's the way they have to combat that is they got to start taking the ball to the hole a little bit, and that'll loosen the defense up a little bit more, create some lanes for them to be able to penetrate.
We'll have some guests at halftime off the women's team. Ariante Lee will join us. I'm sure she'd like to say hi to her family out there in San Antonio, Texas. We'll give it a shot there. And Chrissy Peasley will join us. Chrissy out of Whitefield, Maine. That was a pretty reverse layup by Scott Proudman, the sophomore guard. Makes it 43-17. Comes Rogers. Rogers hesitation dribble, rolls it, wouldn't fall.
Yeah,
Rebound Bromley.
I think by the time you got up in the middle of the air, you saw Garrett was wide open
Yeah.
and kind of hesitated, should I pass the ball or shoot it? And it threw him off a little bit.
Leverage. He's probably got about 8 or 10 points. We'll have the halftime stats. Kim Lloyd will send those up to us. And thrown away out of bounds.
Yeah, UMA's just they got to do a better job of getting shots off here. It's not selfish if you have a lane to the basket and you got to take that shot. I think Jesse wish he had that one back.
Mond inbounds. This is to Rosby. And thrown away. Brandon Rogers. Brandon. Guay came down late. Didn't get it. Come the Seawolves. 3 for goals. I and no for Gromley. Head of the pack. Jesse Smith. Jesse on Gromley. Gets bumped a little bit. Goes in hard. Got fouled. Going to be the 6th foul. So they're going to say shooting, Nate?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Fouls on Martin. Yep, they're going to say shooting situation. Yeah, I guess he was trying to get up with the shot. We just looked at the replay. Now, when we say replay, we're looking at the feed that's going out to all you 25 or so that are watching us live. We're monitoring that feed, which is delayed from what's happening here. You don't see it as delayed because you're not here watching it. If I totally confuse you, just ignore all that conversation that we just had.
Sounds like we're in philosophy class.
45-18, 5:17 left. Smith. Nope, lips out. Tipped. Possession Seawolves. Here they come. Proudman. And nice feet.
Yeah, what a great pass.
Yeah, Coach Ford going to take the timeout. We'll get time on the floor. You are watching UMaine Moose basketball on Munzing Media.
I was stagnating in my job. I wanted to study computer science. I looked at other programs, both online and in the state. UMA was very affordable, fit my budget, fit my schedule. It's really geared towards a working person. The support was just amazing. I once emailed a professor on a Saturday night, and she called me back on a Sunday morning. That's UMA. I found what I really wanted for a career. I never would have done it without UMA. I am a very happy geek. I was stagnating in my job. I wanted to study computer science. I looked at other programs, both online and in the state. UMA was very affordable, fit my budget, fit my schedule. It's really geared towards a working person. The support was just amazing. I once emailed a professor on a Saturday night, and she called me back on a Sunday morning. That's UMA. I found what I really wanted for a career. I never would have done it without UMA. I am a very happy geek.
Back here to UMA. Rob Munson, Nate Munson. 5:09 left. First half action. They looked deep there for Rogers. Couldn't get it to him. Comes Smith. Chesley in traffic. Makes room for himself. Goes up and lays it home. Nice move. Keith Chesley just powered in there. Would not be denied. Got it to roll down. Good move by Keith, 47-20. Going to get a travel.
Yeah,
so good job on the timeout here.
Keith's all-around great basketball player. He's not the tallest. He's not the strongest or the fastest, but he's just so aware of where he is in the court and what move he needs to make in order to get open or where to dribble the ball correctly, make good passes. He's a terrific basketball player.
Well, he played for a great coach there, and Coach McGee at Lawrence High School, and, always fundamentally sound at were those Bulldogs. Because Coach McGee is retired, and that's a tough pass for Elliott Sibley. Handily did. All the way over it comes. Papa Smith, no, would go. Kept alive out of the pack. Here comes Nicholson. Nicholson puts it up blindly at home. Nice job by Davis Nicholson.
I thought for sure that Raj was going to be able to swat that ball, and he didn't even come close. Great job by using his body. There.
Yeah, he did. He screened for himself. McGuire, glass, couldn't get it. Rebound pulled down by Martin. Comes Martin. Baseline pop left-handed is good. These guys shoot the basketball. We'll get the shooting percentage at halftime with the stats. I'll give you a hint. It's going to be high. 51-20. We told you that Seawolf's averaging 79 a game. Good pop by Rogers.
But on the flip side of that, UMA is letting up quite a few points. So and
they're not scoring like they did the other night against Central. At Central Maine Community College, they scored 107?
112.
112. That's the good news. Bad news is he lost. Scored a lot of points. Rogers will pop. Rings out. Good follow by Chesley. And the little things, Nate, like you talked about. Ches back in there. Pick up that rebound. Good job. Scoop-de-doop. One go. Got a foul. McGuire down. Caleb falls just a long way down. 6-7. And we'll walk down here. We'll shoot free throws here with 3 minutes left. 1-on-1 situation here for Caleb McGuire.
Yeah, I'd like to see Caleb kind of running along the baseline a little bit. I think he'd be pretty good, one, because he's got a great shot from 15 to 12 feet out, and he also, I think, he's got enough height. He can go in, he can help out in rebounding, obviously, and he can probably get the ball down the baseline, make a hard, drop step or dribble move up underneath to be able to lay the ball, and I think he'd be really utilized very well down on the baseline.
Yeah, Caleb's still going to fill out. I mean, he's just a freshman, and he's got a pretty good wingspan on him, a good body to grow into, and he comes with a really good skill set, which those are some of the things you can't teach. As he matures, he'll fill out. in the weight room somewhere. And nice little hesitation dribble that time by Nicholson, and the put back up and down. That was Martin. 55-26. Elliott Sibley going to pop on the baseline. No. Ahead of the pack. This is Perry. Wouldn't go. Nice follow. That didn't get down for Robbins. They'll fight for it. And it comes out here to Jesse Smith. Here comes Smitty. Rogers. Scoop. Home. Palm. So nice feed from Smith to Rogers. Rogers finished. Got hacked. Free throw line. Garrett Alley checking in here. Let's see who he's in for right now. It looks like they're on the power play. Somebody's got to leave. Jesse Smith will take a seat. And good. 3-point play. 55-29. 2:12 left here, as you see on the clock. Perry skips it. It's loose. Tit for tat. Tipped away. Picked up here by Justin Robbins. Robbins going to get it over to Perry. And 3. Perry out of Barnstable, Massachusetts. Down by the Cape. McGuire skips it back outside to Rogers. Thought about, gets a semi-screen now. They'll swing it over to Sibley. Elliott goes. Hesitation. There's that spot that Caleb McGuire likes. You called it, Nate. He really is good from that spot. I don't know if we've seen him miss from there. Davis Nicholson.
Yeah, I can't recall a miss that he's had on the baseline.
60-31. Rogers got a pick, drops it off to Alley. Alley goes, couldn't finish, a little strong. Rebound picked up by Martin. Martin might have got bumped. Not a shooting situation. Or what do we got? Timeout.
30
okay.
second timeout.
So we'll get timeout on the floor. We'll keep it right here with 54.9 seconds left, and thank the sponsors for the University of Maine, Suntan City, one of the sponsors for University of Maine Sports. KDT Towing and Repair out of Augusta, Maine. Call them for all your towing and repair needs, 207-622-4800. And, of course, the Maine National Guard. You've seen the Maine National Guard ads that we're running. Proud sponsor of UMA Athletics. Upcoming games on December 5th. They will. The men will be at Maine Maritime Academy. December 7th, they will be over at the Norwich University tournament. December 8th, they'll remain at that tournament, 7th and 8th, and who they play will be determined, of course, by the first one. And then on December 10th will be our next game, 7:30 tip-off, women at 5:30, men at 7:30 versus UMaine Machias here on Munson Media. Robbins. Hesitation dribble, kicks it out. Robbins got it back. Penetration, kick back outside. Perry, no. Rogers with 28 seconds left. Comes Sibley. Caleb McGuire nets one. 3-ball by Caleb. (60-34), 14 seconds left. Rimmed down by Justin Robbins from Sarasota, Florida, the freshman guard. This will be it for the final shot. So we've played one half of basketball here. 62-34 is your score. Southern Maine Community College on top. But we'll take a break. We'll come back to halftime activities. We'll have some guests from the women's team when we come back here after these messages.
I didn't really think about going to college after high school. I didn't really know what I was going to do. I worked for a marine construction company, long hours away from home. It just wasn't working with raising my son. UMA offered what I needed. Great professors, a terrific price, and a learning center close to my home. I even played on UMA's basketball team. When I graduated, I got a job right away as a medical lab technician. UMA really helped me achieve my goals in life and in my career. I love UMA. I'm really proud, and so is my son. I didn't really think about going.
Is your local school or group looking to raise money?
Our goal at Maine Athletic Fundraising is to raise you the most amount of money in the shortest period of time, hassle-free.
It's brought in thousands of dollars to our program. It's allowed us to elevate our program to the next level.
The customer service that we get from the employees at Maine Athletic Fundraising, guiding us through the entire fundraiser, is second to none. So we're able to have a great fundraiser, have a great time doing it, involve the community, and at the end of the day, raise the most amount of money in a short period of time.
Stagnating in my job. I wanted to study computer science. I looked at other programs, both online and in the state. UMA was very affordable, fit my budget, fit my schedule. It's really geared towards a working person. The support was just amazing. I once emailed a professor on a Saturday night and she called me back on a Sunday morning. That's UMA. I found what I really wanted for a career. I never would have done it without UMA. I am a very happy geek.
Lady Moose, right? We've got Angie Boljan, right? And we've got Chrissy Peasley from the women's team here. And Angie had an outstanding, we referenced you in the first game, Angie, talking about how outstanding a cross-country season you had. So let's visit the fall here a little bit. Since it's snowing out, it'll be nice to visit the fall. But just an outstanding cross-country season. Tell us a little bit about that season.
I didn't, practice as hard as I usually did, in high school, but since I was on scholarship, I just did what I had to do and keep my grades up, so.
And ran fast. Huh? Chrissy, your local girl went to Erskine Academy, and certainly you come locally, and you're from where?
Lisbon.
Yeah, so you're both local Maine kids. What is it that brought you to UMA?
Well, my sister and brother both came here, and they kind of, led me this way.
And what are you majoring in?
Liberal studies with a minor of early childhood.
Oh, awesome. Great. Angie, what's your major?
Dental hygiene.
Awesome.
Yep.
Awesome. So you can see two diverse types of different activities, and it's just a good fit for kids from the state of Maine. And we see kids, you've got kids from Texas, you've got kids from all over the place here. So how's that work, Angie? You have to come together as a team. How's that?
I know how it is. I'm not from here myself, but what do you mean, though?
How do you come together? You bring kids from different parts of the country in.
I think it's just by knowing people and getting out, to be honest.
Yeah. So you came over from Erskine. Of course, you play for Coach Corey then over there at.
Well, I played on JV. I didn't play for him.
Yeah. But that program over there at Erskine with I know Durham Stout and all the folks over there, that's a terrific school here. So what are you looking to do with as you move through here to UMA in 10 years? What do you want to be doing?
I want to be working with kids, either a teacher or a doctor.
So in 10 years, Angie, what are you going to be doing?
Well, I want to start off as a dental hygienist and eventually work my way up to be a dentist. So.
Awesome. Kids with dreams. That's what UMA is all about. So we'll come back. We'll have more activities here at halftime after these messages.
Stagnating in my job. I wanted to study computer science. I looked at other programs, both online and in the state. UMA was very affordable, fit my budget, fit my schedule. It's really geared towards a working person. The support was just amazing. I once emailed a professor on a Saturday night and she called me back on a Sunday morning. That's UMA. I found what I really wanted for a career. I never would have done it without UMA. I am a very happy geek. I was
We rejoin you here for second half action. It will be white basketball. That would be the UMA Moose will have the first possession of the second half. They find themselves on the backside of a 62-34 score. Rob Munsing, Nate Munsing here for the call. Second half action from the Augusta Civic Center. We wish everybody safe travels as you head into your holiday season. Going to have some wild weather tomorrow, so take extra care if you're traveling tomorrow. Rogers back outside. Sibley. McGuire dishes into Alley. He got it stolen away. Skipped ahead, lipped, wouldn't go. Foul on Hartford. He'll go to the free throw line. Fouls on Caleb McGuire, his second. Hartford out of Naples. He's a sophomore, the 6'2". Guard forward swing player. Get them both. And Seawolf stay with the pressure. It has been effective for them, for sure. They bring it that time. They get it to McGuire. That's been his spot. And drops it home. He is gold from the baseline. Nice soft touch. Nice reverse layup up and down. That was sweet looking play there for Davis Nicholson.
Yeah, that's not an easy shot to make by any means. That was a good touch.
Amabile with the nice feed. Rogers got pushed. I haven't seen that call come into effect much, Nate, like they talked about may happen this year. Elliot Sibley all over the place trying to make the play. Can't do it. Shantavon got it off. Comes along the baseline now to Nicholson. Chesley with the rebound here. McGuire look for some help. He'll get it out high to Rogers. Flash cut, put up, won't go. Rebound pulled down by Leverage, and here come the Seawolves. Shantavon stops, pops, hits the bottom of the net for two. Keith Chesley holds outside now. Rogers, nice drive. No. Rebound. Yes. Rogers had a good follow of his put-up. Left-handed put-up wouldn't get down for Nicholson. Skipped ahead to Chesley. Here comes Keith. Going to stop. He's going to pop. Iron won't go. Comes out long. Sibley's got it. Sib dishes back off. And that's out underneath.
Last time in the first half when UMA made a run, it was kind of in these same conditions where they did a great job rebounding and getting good shots close to the basket.
Nice left-handed follow by Nicholson. He's left-handed, and he was in the right place at the right time to touch that one up and glass her home. Chesley. Sibley now over to Alley. And that's going to be fought for. Let's see, it's going to be blue basketball. Checking here for the Seawolves. Now in the game is Martin. He's a freshman out of Kitra, as we like to say up this way, Kitra, Maine. 30-point lead now. Nice feed underneath. Acart's going to finish. He's tough underneath. We saw him in the first half.
Yes, and that's how Coach Matt Richards responded last time, that UMA had a little bit of a run underneath as he put Acott in. and it really just kind of took control of 1 rebounding and 2 offensive putbacks.
Yeah, good physical presence for sure is Acott. Amabile will get another. John, the sophomore out of Portland. Chelsea goes long. Got it. Good hustle play coming back. That was good defense by Martin. Double suit traffic. Right side now. Amabile looks to go to work. He does, penetrates, dishes back outside. Head and shoulder fake. The pop, no. Tipped away. Elliott Sibley. Here comes Elliott. Goes, runner. Lips, no. Acott's ahead of the pack, calling for it. Shantavon got it to him, and Acott finished. And that's going to be a turnover. It'll be Seawolf basketball. You'll see a full complement of players, I have to think, here for Coach Matt Richards, Scott Proudman in. And everybody comes in as effective, Nate. I mean, they're not hiding anybody out there.
No, I think in terms of his depth, he's at least 10 deep. So obviously that's going to help later on down the season when they get into close games to be able to continue to pressure the ball and push the ball offensively. I mean, it's one of those that their offense is a great defense because they tire out the other team.
Yeah, and it's an accumulative effect with that wave after wave after wave of pressure. It's a great way to be able to play, but you know, you can do that X's and O's, but you really need some Jimmies and Joes to be able to execute that. You know, it's one thing to do it on paper. You need the players to do it. So, you know, those of us that are coaches will get so tied up with X and O and everything and reinventing the wheel and all that stuff. And most of the times it comes down to those guys on the bench who are the Jimmies and Joes. 76-42.
Yeah, and you and I talked during halftime that both the women's and the men's team, if they had one more player, if they had one more, it would at least give some of the other guys and the girls a break and make them more effective throughout the game. And that's really what it's come down to, is that they haven't been able to press relentlessly like some of these other teams.
Yeah, it affects it. Yeah.
You know, and they haven't been able to run, you know, per se with the other teams. That's all that they do. And they can't afford to have him hurt.
Well, Proudman looked like he got the arm hooked there, and Rogers went down. You're right. He's got to be all right. Gets up gingerly. Certainly hope he's going to be okay. Brandon, key component here, the 6'5 junior out of Turlock, California. Say hi to his family if they're watching out there. We say hi to all the families, wherever you're watching. We'll say hi to everybody that's watching, even if you're not family. We appreciate you being with us here. So we're heading close to 9 o'clock. Neat thing about this, no school tomorrow. Most of the schools in Maine have a day off tomorrow. Most of the schools worked probably parent-teacher conferences, what we do at Gardner High School. And we had parent-teacher conferences a couple of nights and got a comp day here. We like that. Amabile got challenged to shoot it, and he thought about it and said, well, all right. Bench erupted.
I think his teammates were more impressed. He almost broke the ankles of Caleb McGuire as he almost fell over after he gave a fake down to the corner to nobody.
It was cast by the friendly ghost player. Yeah, they're still jazzed up over that in Seawolf land. Sibley goes. McGuire likes that spot. He's sweet. Got a nice stroke. Gotta like it. Boy, he got a nice stroke on that shot.
Well, one of the things I look for, especially in basketball, is obviously movement and being able to judge, athleticism. But in a shot, it's always rotation. If you get a good rotation off the ball, it means you're pretty sound. And he does. Every shot he has, it doesn't matter where he is on the court, he gets a great rotation on the ball. I think there's only one player I grew up watching that I was impressed with, and he had a knuckleball as a shot, and that was Tim Bonifant.
Yeah. But it was always consistent.
Exactly, right. Mechanics were sound. He always had the same release. The ball just knuckled. I don't know how he did that.
To Rosby, right side. Proudman. Corner pop, no, by Proudman. Head of the pack is Rogers. Good to see him back and going in Duncanstein.
Looking down the road a little bit, I think this might be one of the opportunities for UMA to get not cheap baskets, but quick baskets. I think, they'll have Caleb go down to rebound, and I think they need to almost outlet Rogers to get him down the court or somebody. They need some form of outlet down the court to get some baskets quickly.
Well, we saw them do that the other night there in the situation where they released guys down almost as a preset type offensive play to.
Yeah, and I was a little surprised not to see that tonight a little bit. I know they did have some trouble with the long pass, so that was the thing. I think they must have given up maybe close to 4 or maybe even 5 outlet passes that just went right out of bounds.
Pop outside, wouldn't get down for Weiser. Got a foul in the action. Atencio Martin on the foul, the 6'3" forward on Kittery. It's going to be his second.
Yeah, and Jesse had some issues last game, too, with throwing the ball over people's heads. I think he's just got to focus up a little bit more. It's not necessarily get it directly to the guy, but get it to a spot in which he can go get it. Throwing it over the head and not connecting, you're going to have issues regardless.
Jordan to Rosby. Jordan out of just up the road there a little bit, up in Waterville. Would have played for Jason Bragg, so we ran into this fall as Munster Media went on the road to do football games. Jason has left Waterville High School and is now the athletic director at Winslow High School. Nice cut. Rogers puts it up. Climbing his back was Scott Proudman. Proudman from Steep Falls. He had a steep fall there coming down the back of Rogers.
Sure did.
Rogers rolls it in. We thank you for joining us here on the UMA site for basketball. This is where you'll find all the games this year that we'll do, and we will do all of the home games. Our next game will be on December 10th. 5:30 tip-off of the women's game is UMA Machias. We'll head her inland from down east. Chesley comes up, gives it back to Rogers. Rogers goes up, gets it back. Now it's loose. Who's got it? McGuire. Came all the way over. Welch with the left-handed pop won't go. McGuire crashed but didn't get it. To Rosby. Faked the shot. Actually made a good play, but Sean Doherty didn't see the play developing, and you can't blame Sean because Rosby faked everybody else. He really looked like he was going to shoot. They want to drop it down inside to Doherty, the freshman out of Land of Lakes, Florida. Chesley got Arnetta. 84-53. To Rosby. Foul line pop up and down for Dylan Weiser. Nice dish off to Smith, and Smith will drop it home. Welch to Smith on that one smartly. Tipped away. Rogers got it. Here he comes. Fakes. Drives. Home. Pretty move by Rogers. And I think the timeout's going to be called by Matt Richards. So timeout on the floor. We'll take timeout. You're watching UMaine Moose basketball on Muncie Media.
College after high school, I didn't really know what I was going to do. I worked for a marine construction company, long hours away from home. It just wasn't working with raising my son. UMA offered what I needed. Great professors, a terrific price, and a learning center close to my home. I even played on UMA's basketball team. When I graduated, I got a job right away as a medical lab technician. UMA really helped me achieve my goals in life and in my career. I love UMA. I'm really proud, and so is my son.
10:59 left in this one. Rob Munson, Nate Munson. Brittany doing a wonderful job on camera for us, as she always does. Munson Media, pleased to be bringing you UMaine Moose basketball. Robbins inside, nice touch pass inside there to Weiser.
Yeah, what a great find down deep in the corner there.
Weiser out of Wyndham High School. Rogers dips it off to McGuire, but we got a collision inside.
Yeah, it's going to be a blocking call.
Fouls on Weiser. His first, team fifth. Comes out high. Chesley got it knocked away.
Look, it traveled to me.
Yeah, feed went underneath to Robbins. He'll put it up, won't go. Up and down for Dylan Weiser. Welch, baseline. Home. DeSante Welch with a nice finish, left-handed on the right side. Nice touch shown by Welch. Comes Welch again. McGuire, nice follow, won't go. Rogers underneath a bank, he'll go to the free throw line. So good persistence that time by the Moose.
Yeah, I like this group out here. I think this is one of their more effective groups because you get Rogers down underneath with McGuire, and you got some tall guys down there to rebound who are athletic to go up and get the ball. They can get kind of, as you always like to put it, not squirmy and lanky, so they have long reach and they can make themselves thin in different situations to be able to get a shot off.
And you got Welch and.
Yeah, you know what? I like the combo
Smith,
running the court a little bit with Welch and Smith. Those guys do a good job. They're very good athletes when it comes to higher speeds. You can tell that they're used to that kind of play a little bit, that they can make plays when the ball's up in the air, and they're athletic enough to make tough layups.
I like the way that Keith Chesley plays. He always plays hard.
Yeah, he does.
Always plays hard. It can be very difficult when you get on the back end, of a score. And you just got to keep playing hard, and these UMA guys do. I really like that. Well, that was a runner that was going to go in, but it didn't go in, and Martin got the errant shot, finished it. McGuire goes down, loses it. Chesley got it, tried to make a play, couldn't do it. Josh Gromley, gonna stop, gonna pop. Lips out. And it's white basketball. Officials done a good job here tonight. You know, they get a sense of it too, Nate, and they, I don't say they eat their whistle a little bit, but they're much more judicious. As long as the kids are playing clean, for the most part, they're gonna let some things go here with the.
Yeah, and I think I think we're used to a lot of the officiating at the high school level too.
Yeah, exactly.
And then all three of these gentlemen here, they do high school games in Maine as well, and they do a great job at transitioning because you should allow at the collegiate level a little bit more, whether it be hand checking or more physicality.
Yeah, more physicality for sure. That wouldn't drop for Jacob Leverage. Over by the bench. Seawolves come. That looked funny and was. There's going to be a foul. Alexander Hartford, the 6'2 sophomore. Second foul on Alley. Hartford will get a second. Rogers will check back in. McGuire out. Comes Welch. DeSante Welch. Holds high. Got it tipped away. It'll stay. Moves basketball. Couldn't figure what that sound was, Nate. It's the interview mic that's underneath me that I just kicked. That's what came up over the air. So where's that sound coming from? Left the mic hot. I want to thank the men and women who came up during halftime. Angie and Chrissy. Great interview during halftime of the men's game. We thank them for their time. They stayed around. They're probably home studying now. Off the iron, won't go. That's a pretty pass by Acott. All the way out high. Wouldn't get down for Gromley. There's a scuffle on the floor. It's 3-on-1. You don't want to get a muscle tussle with Garrett. I mean, he might look like the gentle student when you see him in those ads right there, but I think he can turn a streak ugly on you if you start messing around with him there.
Yeah, he's a bit of an aggressive player, which is one of the things that they need at UMA. They need that guy underneath. Sure, he does a lot of good things.
He does. Kept away, good defense by DeSante Welch. DeSante's got it back, thought about the three, now will penetrate, kick it off. Chesley gets attacked, so he gets it underneath. Rogers goes and got fouled. Rogers took it to the hole. Took it hard to the hole. UMA'd like to thank their sponsors, Suntan City and KDT Towing and Repair in Augusta, as well as the Maine National Guard. to thank our sponsor as well, the fine outfit, Maine Athletic Fundraising. And it's going to be white basketball. Rogers skipped ahead. Welch went at the bottom of the net. Jordan DeRosby. And it was Perry on the finish. Silsby tried to go right through him. Got fouled, so Elliott will go to the free throw line. 6:18 left. As we told you, we'll be back. Our next game will be on December 10th. UMaine Machias. Tip-off for the women's game at 5:30 that night. Men's game approximately 7:30. Here from the Augusta Civic Center. Garrett Alley was in early. Didn't count it. Perry. Outside to Martin. Back of the iron, no. McGuire's got it. Got into it with the Rosby a little bit. Tied up. Possession arrow will favor the Moose. Welch had to go off his leg. Aycott to bring it back out. Don't know what that was, Nate. Can you tell what they're talking about down there?
I believe
the clock not working.
Shot clock.
Yeah, I don't think the shot clock was working, so they had to reset it.
It's working. It's just not, they didn't turn it on.
They didn't turn it on. Okay, there you go. So they turned it on now, and they're cooking.
Jeez, even
when you miss.
Yeah, somebody right there to clean up. One thing I'm really impressed with Southern Maine, how they move the ball. Even at this stage, you'd expect some kind of street basketball a little bit, some fancy stuff, but no, they're sticking to the game plan. Move the ball, rotate it around that zone, and get people out of position.
So they break the 100 barrier. That won't go. Nice job by keeping it in by McGuire. He got it back on the baseline. He goes. He got fouled. We shoot 1-on-1. Fouls on Welch. Micah Welch, a 6'4" freshman. Out of Bar Harbor, as we say up here. So we could find it. Now it came loose. Gromley's got it. Josh Gromley. Gromley's going to launch. No. Aycock got it loose. They're going to call a foul. We'll come down and shoot. 4:37 left. 101-63.
Probably the point in the game here that Coach Matt Richards want to talk a little bit about letting that clock run. You got a big lead.
Yeah, stay away from the fouls. I think I heard him say that just a bit ago. Don't foul.
There'll be times later on as they're playing that there'll be situations where he doesn't want to foul you. You have the lead and say even a closer game, maybe even a 12-point game. You don't want to create any fouls and put people on the line, especially in the foul situation that they are. Now they're giving them 2 free throws and stopping the clock. If this were a closer game, this is exactly what you'd want from UMA in this situation. And rather than Southern Maine. You wouldn't want to foul and stop the clock by any means.
Dan O'Connor in the game now, the 6'3" sophomore. He's out of Elliott, Maine. One on 165. Gonna count the hoop. Had the Rosary by the shirt, but he managed to get through it.
Well, I think he'd be okay with that. If you're playing the shirt, you're not playing the ball. So.
Second and third chance opportunities, but Garrett Alley finally clears the boards. Header comes to Chesley. Chesley jump stop, and no. McGuire, glass, and home. Nice follow by Caleb McGuire. Bromley looks, crosses all the way across here to O'Connor. He got fouled to go to the free throw line. Team foul. Nope, won't go. Garrett Alley, rebound. Comes Keith Chesley. Skips it ahead. Rogers got any legs left? No, didn't have quite the legs to get that. Maybe early in the game he would have been able to make a play on that one. But
yeah, I think what happened there was Chesley saw Rogers looking back at him like, why are you not passing me the ball right now? I've got nobody in front of me. I'm about 4 steps ahead of you. And just as that, telecommunication went through, Rogers looked away, and Keith tried to probably bring it back and just get out of his hands.
Josh Grumley, Rogers on him. Tries to feed it inside to O'Connor, not able to do so. Ball goes loose. Keith Chesley will chase her down. Well, we want to wish all the UMA crew that we work with the very happiest of Thanksgivings. Have some quality time to share with all your family. We'll be back here on December 10th. McGuire's going to pop. He's got net again. He's going to be high scorer, I think, for the UMA Moose in this one. Really has shot the ball well from the outside. Stolen away. Comes back to the Seawolves. Grumley faked the shot, brought it back out. 2:48 left. Grumley with a jump stop and brought the ball down. Fresh legs in there, of course, for the Seawolves. They're winning most of the battles. The loose ball is the
those
the UMA
50-50
kids'
balls.
legs are a little bit heavy right now.
Yeah, a little bit might be a complete understatement there.
Yeah, we need a stronger, better adjective. Something that we don't say very often in this league, but shot clock violation.
Yeah, wow, that's surprising.
Rogers. McGuire. It was all net, but it was the outside of the net. Chesley's got it. He's going to pop from outside. He's got the same thing, but a good pass to Garrett Allen.
Goes down as an assist in the books.
Surely does. 103-71. Comes Elliott. Goes hard. Can't get it. Good follow by Alley. Goes up strong. Couldn't get it home. Goes free throw line.
was a little impressed with Elliott's burst right there in the midcourt.
Yeah, Elliott can go.
Yeah, he sure can. And good job collecting himself. I mean, he had a good bid up there at that layup. I thought that thing was going to come flying off the backboard, but he really had a nice soft touch. It just didn't quite roll in.
Good personal kid. We had a chance to talk to him during the women's game. Very impressed with Elliott. Of course, as I told him during that interview, if you got a chance to watch both games tonight, that always impressed with anybody that wants to go into law enforcement. Got one of those sons in there. I think Elliott was impressed with my knowledge of the Ipswich-Hamilton-Wyndham football rivalry. His eyes got as big as saucers. He's going, this old guy.
Did you tell him you were from Danvers?
I did tell him.
Okay.
Eventually, I
you
told
let
him
the cat out of the bag a little bit.
Yeah. He says, oh, Danvers Peabody. I said, yeah. I told him afterwards I almost went down to become the head football coach at Hamilton-Wyndham Regional High School back in the early 90s. I had one year I was a pretty smart coach up here. They wanted to take a chance on me down there, but they couldn't find me a teaching job, so I stayed up here. In May, here goes Elliott to work. Garrett's going to be downtown. New. Kept alive. And Garrett finishes up. Alley-ooped in. They had to call that. They didn't call the first bump. They had to call the second bump.
Well, they called it jump ball. I don't think
they called it jump ball. All
yeah,
right. Like that even better. Dan O'Connor.
Yeah, it looked like.
Says, hey, wait a minute. The guy almost tried to knock me into the popcorn. Comes Keith Chesley, goes hard, kicks it back outside. Caleb McGuire. Baseline pop, one of the few he's missed. Usually sweet as gold there, but missed that one. 1 minute left here in this one. Good no-look pass. That was Micah Welch, the freshman from Bar Harbor. Couldn't get it to go down, and it'll be Moose basketball. Knocked away and out of bounds. Let's see, it's going to stay Seawolf basketball, 35.9. Again, wish you all very happy Thanksgiving from all of us at Munsing Media. Actually, aren't that many of us at Munsing Media. There's only a few of us, but the few of us here at Munsing Media wish you the very happiest of Thanksgiving. I make it sound like we got a production crew of about 100 people, but...
We all just wear a lot of hats.
Yeah, we do. Glad you joined us here tonight and stayed with us, the consistent 25 or so. Here comes Rogers. Got a final chance to go. He will. He'll lay it home, and he'll go the free throw line. Brandon Rogers makes it 103-76. Fouls on Welch. Mind you, we'll see you right back here in a couple of weeks on December 10th. Humane Machias. That'll be a 5:30 tip-off for the women, 7:30 for the men. And that will do it. So the final, 103-76. For all of us here at Munsing Media, we wish you a happy Thanksgiving. We'll see you in December. Good night, everybody.